visiting with Dan Durst, area scout for the Chicago White Sox. Dan, how we doing today?
Doing great, Mike. Doing
I know you've been scouting a number of years. I've known you, I think, going back to the Twins.
Yep.
And a few other clubs.
1986, I think, the first time we ever met.
Yeah. And you've been around baseball. You're one of the godfathers of baseball, huh? I interviewed Bill Brickler earlier, so I'd say godfather.
Okay. It took me a long time to get to know Chicago and to get a feel for the city and learn the directions. But once I overcame that, it was like discovering the jewel that I'd never ever seen before. It seemed like a player on every corner, and I almost was chasing my tail for 5 years until I slowed down and said, I need a little help. And a little help from guys like yourself helped me tremendously as far as getting my feet firmly planted on the ground here in Chicago.
And I know there's a lot of youngsters watching the show tonight, and they have that ambition of playing Major League Baseball. Exactly what, as a scout, do you look for in a ball player?
We're looking for 5 tools: run, throw, hit for power, field. And a player doesn't need a combination of all 5. He can just have one. If you look at our left fielder, Scott Posednik, he has one tremendous tool, his ability to run. Some of the other skills he has are a little below average. His power, his throwing. But he has great determination and heart to play the game and unbelievable focus. And that's some of the things that kids have to realize, is that if you have one skill, that you want to refine that skill as much as you can and try to work on the other ones to improve those as well. But when you have a really, really strong skill, take that to the as highest level as you can get it.
And I know you've been scouting a number of years. Who are some of the ball players that you personally drafted and or seen make it to the big leagues?
Well, one player in particular, LaTroy Hawkins from Gary Westside High School, was a young player that was selected in 1971 by the Twins. Another player that I was involved with from Harlan High School, a young man named Emil Brown. We drafted Emil in the 35th round when I was with the Twins. We were unable to sign him to a deal, but he is one player that always comes to mind as a young man that had many, many speed bumps in front of him. No mom, no dad, was raised by his grandmother, and with a lot of conviction and a lot of will by her and by Emil himself, he's able to turn himself into a $3 million player, starting left fielder with the Kansas City Royals. And he is one kid that I always think of and I always tell stories about, as far as that anybody can do this if you got the drive and you got the focus to do it, because the odds were truly stacked against him. And it's just good to see those